You never give up on your children. Life being eternal and grace be infinite, you forgive them 7 times upon infinity. Right? So I have to sit here and try to teach empathy to the devil. Okay. And the devil is a human being that traps the soul in their fear. Okay. And the fear is the ego, it's egocentric. The world is mine and I was. And when you do things like, if you're a basketball coach and you're being a successful basketball coach and you're at Eastern New Mexico University, right? That's going to temporarily satisfy you, but you're going to keep going up the food chain because you can only make so much money and feel so successful and be so successful at Eastern New Mexico, right? So it just temporarily satisfies you, but you'll never be satisfied because you're not doing things right, right? And so once you understand, and then you'll get the guy who's the athletic director who's been to the top of the mountain and made the millions of dollars, and now he's found he's wiser because he's found uh, you know, a life based less on ambition and more based on subsistence, sustaining yourself, temporarily satisfying you because you're still not doing things right, right? And then you get people, it's like, well, Barack Obama is the father of her daughters, guys. Okay. I didn't want Stephanie to go through PTSD through abuse and not be able to listen to me and try to kill me or threaten to kill me. She's the mother of Patrick. Okay. I didn't want Amy to be Stockholm Syndrome into the group and have me try to be the Howard Stern and Snoop Dogg of everywhere we went. Okay? I wanted her to be the woman that loves men, that helps Patrick enjoy women in this world so he doesn't think that they're all he, woman, man haters. So, but we're not doing things correctly. So you can't just settle for the big paycheck at New Mexico and then go be the athletic director in Portales, right? Because you're not doing things correctly. You're not living the Lord's Prayer. You don't have real faith. You've made something up in your head that temporarily satisfies you, but life is eternal and grace is infinite. And you're never temporarily satisfied. You're always worrying about what's going to happen to the soul when you die. Okay. And you don't have people of real faith. I'm not worried about what happens to the soul when I die. Well, I have faith in God. Muhammad already told me that, it's not bad being part of the sun or a supernova. If that's where the will of God takes you, that's where you're going to go. Right. Now, God gave us free will to worship God or murder each other through our fear. Right. So God is obviously very different than your perception of the human being that you label as God and have trapped in your fear. Right? Because if God is a human being, he's an asshole. He sits and watches all these horrible things happen and doesn't do anything to help us. Okay. Yeah, he gave us his only begotten son to live the commands of perfect faith, but we didn't live them, and we killed him and murdered him, and he had to pay for all our disgustingness. And that's wrong. That's a temporary solution. That's being the coach at Eastern New Mexico and being temporarily satisfied until you get the job at Texas Tech. Or Abilene Christian will do. Right. You can work your way up to Texas Tech. Or you go to Abilene Christian, go to UTEP, everything starts falling apart, and then you got to start all over again. Like the kid at the junior college that came here, and the kids got into hazing because I've got marijuana in my pocket. I got in a fight with a guy who looked at me cross-eyed. I think I got a bigger dick than him, and I want to fuck his girlfriend, and his girlfriend wants to fuck me, but he doesn't want to let us fuck. Right? That's insane, isn't it, though? Okay, so is that Leonardo DiCaprio? No, it's Ben Affleck. No, it's the guy who plays Mercutio. What? No, he's stuck in the Matrix. Do you understand? He's got a really attractive wife in the Matrix. They ain't really married. Okay. She attractive. She won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer, and she doesn't care if the Messiah is murdered because she's afraid to stand up with him for the perfection of the gospel. Is she really that attractive? How attractive are they? Okay. You're only as attractive as your capacity to be humble and faithful, right? So there's not a lot of attractive people in the world. They're all trapped in the fears of their delusions, of their finite flesh. What if I get old and ugly? You're already ugly. Just get old. Do it faithfully. You'll stop being ugly today. Alrighty then. You're very fuckable. Here's a blue chew. Hey, put the row under your tongue. Okay, shut up. Okay, get on up out of here, right? You're a dog in my yard. I'm just Foxworthy's dad, right? Get on up out of here. And so, in order to teach empathy to the devil, you can't understand the devil because they're faithless and they're trapped in hell. If you're a faithful person, you're capable of empathy because you are humble and you have faith in the infinite glory of God and you haven't turned God into your mind, right? So I have to teach empathy to the devil, and then the devil will go, oh, I get Donald Trump better now. So the military's playing him, right? And lots of people relate to him because they feel similar, okay? They can't rap. They can't sing. They can't bawl. But they are an excellent bullshit artist. They can talk you out of, they can talk you into selling you. Oh, God damn, he took my house and son of a bitch was worth. Yeah, because he's got insider trader info at the county assessor's office, right? Homer Jordan, right? Oh, good song. It's the Michelle Bowen song. I love this song so much. Walt and Eddie are my dogs, right? And the other brothers, yeah. There's been quite a few other brothers that sang with him. Yeah, the one that originally sang with him passed away, and that's a very sad point for Eddie and Walt's, probably especially Eddie, because he lost Gerald too, Yeah. Yeah, Walt's my dog, man, Brandy, and used to be my girl, it's my dog, man. That's my fellow crooner there. When she was mine, I used to neglect her. Oh, she wanted more than I could give. But as long as I live, she'll be my girl. Yeah, I love the OJs. They were one of my favorite songs as a kid, Mom is. For the Love of Money. Yeah. Oh, Ma, this is my song, right? I like the OJs, Mom. And Backstabbers, yeah. They didn't like that one as much. Kenny Gamble's, it's a good song. You'll like it. I love the style in it. Boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, 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 boom. What they do? They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. They're backstabbers. Backstabbers. This is my song right here. This reminds me of Melinda. Can't beat her cooking. Yeah. And running up there. She had interest in me. Why? Because you don't run around in a pair of panties and a t-shirt half the day. If you're not having somewhat of interest in your sister-in-law's brother, and you don't smile a lot and look at him, and God, dang, it's a different world than where we came from. She's so fine. Why'd she do that? She knows what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing. Wendy Peppercorn in blackface. I'm just kidding her out. She's cute. No, we had a good relationship, and it didn't get any. Our capacity to communicate eternally. No, it didn't get any better because if the Obamas would have stepped up and we'd have met at that barbecue, me and Michelle been able to flirt and have a good time and talk. And I just didn't want them to kill you like Edna and Miriam and what they did to Natalie. Yeah. Well, they knew Natalie was strong enough to stand up for me and to protect Patrick and Patrick to protect her. It made me look like I was an inadequate parent. because the 21-year-old had to come in and protect the 13-year-old from rocket scientists in Las Cruces. Yeah, perverts. They are. Oh, I know Michelle Obama knows it. And I'm like, you do know the guys following you around on Martha's Vineyard are just like him. Down inside, I still love her. I place no one above. I don't think people understand genetic molecular similitudes. You know that genetic molecular similitudes is people are die, and then there's a temple formed through people's sexual relations, and then that line continues. Okay, and when people are jealous of Romeo and Juliet, they keep killing off Romeo and our Juliet, and then they were together for years in the Iberian Peninsula or in Germany, and then when they get together again, he's 33 and she's 9 months, because of the way the devil and Satan do what they do, because they're jealous of Romeo and Juliet. Do you understand? That's why I could only be friends with Miriam and Edna and Michelle, and couldn't marry him, because they would have killed her, and it would have made me into a killer. You have to know yourself. You have to know yourself. When you've been with someone that gets you and eternally loves you and understands, how faithful you are and wants to be that faithful too, when she's murdered to try to turn you into a killer, John Wick ain't got nothing on me. I kick all the asses and they know it. So, but don't hang in there. Get yourself together and change, If y'all gonna be really fucked if it's Donald Trump that does it. Especially Jimmy Kimmel and the Obamas and all the people that live in Maui. That think, they have the best environment there to survive hell and have their clear their head. You ain't gonna clear your head till you live in the Lord's Prayer, right? Said Fred. Okay? It's truth. Okay? So don't think you're doing right when you're doing wrong. Okay? And don't have sympathy for the devil, but have empathy for the devil, because you are. Have empathy for yourself, and then say, okay, life's eternal grace is infinite. I'm going to forgive myself 10 times upon infinity. I'm never going to do that shit again. Right? So sweet. Everybody else like Eddie Kendricks, yeah. But, they were just singing songs to fucking hell. Isn't that sad? It is, man. Since I lost my baby, since it's sad. It's very sad. But what's even sadder? The Messiah being ignored and turned into a comic book character in your head that you think is better than me. That's fucking really sad. That's horribly sad. That gets Michelle killed. That gets the Reiners killed. All I got from their kid was that he's just angry. He's upset. Yeah. The world makes no sense to him and he hates it. It wasn't really any vehement hate for his parents as much as it was just a hate for the lie and being stuck in it and just feeling confused. That's all I get from their kid. I was like, he doesn't even look like them. Did they adopt him? I was like, what is? I don't know. He was just looking like, okay, meathead. Yeah, old meathead. Oh, Archie. Right, Gene Stapleton. Yeah, she was funny. My mom loved her. She was funny. Gene Stapleton was good, yeah. Old Edith. Oh, geez, Edith. Right, yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna get back to connecting to the technology stuff here. Then I got to go out there and grab some nuts and finish that up. I don't think he's going to. He says that every year. He said that last year. I'm gonna get as much as I did last year because it cost too much to get them shelled and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll kind of take it easy because I know we'll get a lot on the roof and all that. And we already got over 100 pounds. So, but no, he keeps going back out there. He's Granny's boy. For me, it's like, oh, I ain't gonna go get more because he doesn't want to have to pay to get them shelled, because it's too expensive. So I'm like, okay, I'll just keep it down this time. But I stopped trying to figure people out. Suzuki's doing the same thing with me. So you're not even trying to figure them out. You're just playing this by ear. Yeah. I'm just going with the flow. I'm just surviving and doing what I feel. Yeah, like Leonard. Yeah, before he was put on a bathroom schedule. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Everybody that thinks they know something is full of shit. And when I got a shit, I go. Okay, guys, I love you. All right, peace, man.